Cheese on bread. We're back again with another episode of the Mobile DJ Mastery. Me. Come on, guys. You know the drizzle. And on this episode, we have another special guest, and it's my good friend Matty F from the Junction podcast. Now, I need to let you guys know quickly, this episode was recorded some time ago, so some of the dates won't match, but from listening to it again, it is still an amazing pod, and you get to hear Matty F's story, to hear a little bit about where he came from and why he does all the things that he does now. But one thing I will say is that there's a point when we're talking about Christmas parties, and everything I say in this pod still stands today. Keep listening if you want to hear why me and Matt are not doing Christmas gigs. We're not doing Christmas gigs. 2025? Nah, Christmas bookings? It's not happening. Stay tuned to find out why. Anyway, roll that sexy intro. All right, Matty F, man, welcome to the podcast Mobile DJ Mastery, man. How are you doing today, my man? How's things?
Thanks for having me, man. This has been forever.
I know, it's been in the waiting wings for time. As you know, life will be lifing, busy, but we're here now. We got fake foliage, we got lights, we got you, we got up lights. We're in the house, bro.
You might be in your house. I'm in my garden shed.
I need to get a garden shed. I'm trying to get to those levels. You're getting to levels where you can see your equipment. My equipment's like 10 minutes drive away, but we're gonna get there.
But other than that, I'm all good, man.
Good, man. Good to have you. Always, I love the energy as always, bro.
Cheers, dude.
We are gonna start with some basics. Obviously, I would like you to tell the people who you are, where you grew up, and what was your first inspiration into DJing.
Wow. Like just loaded guns straight out of the bat. Boom. So my name's Matt Fletcher. I'm an alcoholic. Oh no, it's wrong. It was wrong show. Listen. Yeah, that's a Thursday night, isn't it?
Yeah, that's the Thursday night one. That's the Thursday night one.
Yeah, so DJ. Matt. I grew up in Essex. Spent most of my youth in Essex. Family grew up there. We dotted around number of places around Essex, and then as life went on and I got older, I moved out, joined the army. Did other things, saw a bit of the world, and so that was sort of the early days. But like, what got me in to DJing?
Before what got you in? What was your first inspiration? Because usually when people start DJing, there's something they see, something they hear, something they've heard that makes them think, "Ooh," and then they get into it afterwards.
This is going to show my age.
Go on,
right? If I say it right. So the first thing that I was like, "What's that?" was I was given a present for my birthday, and it was Now 4.
Bearing in mind, guys, I think the one that's out now is like Now 96.
No, it's higher than that. It's like
it's in 130.
It's we're up there now.
And these mixtapes come out annually. But anyway, Matt,
Yes. Annually? Whoa. That's why I just picked up on that. So now 4 I got.
Now 4, yeah.
And I had it in a double-sided LP. And
was this is vinyl?
Vinyl, yeah, it was an LP.
Okay.
And it came in. I remember it like it was yesterday, right?
Yeah,
because that, like, literally, I was like,
oh my God.
It was just huge. Huge, 12-inch.
I missed
and
it.
It was
artwork.
And it had on the back of it. It had the listings of all the tracks.
Mm-hmm.
So you had. It was a double-sided. Obviously, vinyl's 2 sides. Kids, if you don't know, vinyl has 2 sides. So you had side A and you had side B.
Yeah.
But then it had, because it was a 12-inch, you had all of the tracks on that.
Mm-hmm.
And inside, when you opened it up, it had pictures of the band. And a bit of description. It was from Polygram and like loads of different record labels and all that sort of stuff with it. And how long the track was. And I was just like, who are these people? And I just like, my dad said, like, look, put it on the record player and listen to it. And it was like, oh, I heard this on the radio in the car, and now I'm hearing it, and that just brought my love of music realistically to it. And then I got into radio and started listening to radio, and I was that kid on a Sunday listening to the top 40. Yeah, listening to Bruno Brooks do the top 40 on Radio 1.
Oh, wow.
And sat there with a tape machine, you know, it's like little cassettes.
Little TDKs
for the kids.
Did you put the little tissue in it to record over it and that?
Oh, yeah. 100%. But, like, I sat there, literally, with my finger on the record button, ready to record the radio when he'd stopped talking.
Stop talking. Matt, I swear we all did that, yeah? Oh, he's talking. Stop. He's not talking.
And that's what it is. So I started creating, like, literally, I used to get loads and loads of tapes. So then I'm now around the age of, 12, 13. Okay. And I had this big tape deck machine. Double. It was a double tape machine. That I could play one cassette here and then have another cassette ready there.
Ooh,
and this tape machine, you could actually disconnect the speakers from it, and you had long wires. So you used to wrap the wires inside it and then slide it into the tape machine. Yeah. And then it came as one big unit.
Oh, okay.
One big ghetto blaster. But you could actually then hit a switch and then lift the speakers off and then situate the speakers any way you want, because it had a long lead.
Yes.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be a DJ, and I used to get like cardboard boxes and like have like rig. That was my rig. It was cardboard boxes, right? And that was my light. This was my light, and yeah, and that's pretty much what I used to do. And I used to play with these cassette players. Boom, boom, one side, and that's what I did. And then I think I was around about 15 or so, and I did my first kids party in a village hall.
When you was 15?
When I was 15.
That with the tapes, or was that with vinyls?
Yeah, with the tapes.
Oh, snap.
Yeah, it was with a tape machine. It was like, there was no real sound or anything to it, but I was like,
yeah, this is it. I'm doing it.
There I am with my tape machine, like walking down the street, and I've got a rucksack full of tapes, and I knew where everything was. Like, I sort of automatically memorized the top 40 for the week. Yeah. I knew what was happening. And then from that first show, I brought my first light. My first DJ light.
And what was it? What was it? Do you remember what it looked like? Go on, give us. Tell us the thing. Come on, tell us. This is the best. This is the best story to the best. Go on.
It had one setting and one setting only. It was a rope light. So it was a see-through hose pipe, realistically, with a load of lights in it, and it just is a chasing effect. Loads of colours. That was it. All it was. And I was like, so I basically, my DJ setup was this rope that went like this across the DJ deck table with sellotape holding one end on and the other end on. Yeah. And that's how. And I was like 15 years of age.
Okay, this is the thing.
That was the start.
That was the start. I think everyone's start, even Matty, when we're talking like to some of these up and coming DJs, the new DJs, the TikTokers and whatnot, I tell them the humble starts are the best. Like, there's some guys that feel they need to have the DJ 3000s. I need to have the FLX10. I need to have what all the guys have got on, TikTok. Sometimes like we show a bit of kit and there'll be some guys that be like, I want what they've got. But I love these stories because it shows them.
Me now, I do that.
Same. Do you know what I mean?
How much is that?
How much is that? Oh!
How much have I spent this month?
Credit card it. Do it now. Do it now. How long is it going to take? It'll come tomorrow.
Hold on. I'll divert that delivery date until the wife's not in, so it comes when she's not kicking about. Honestly. But but there is people out there that do that. In that TikTok world. But for me, that was the starting point for me, and then I then my dad brought me a double turntable. I think it was like a Syntronic. I think it was
the only ones that were like dominating back then. Yeah.
And I had this double belt turntable thing, and I was down Woolworths every Saturday buying 7-inch vinyl, and I had boxes of it. Absolute boxes of 7-inch vinyls. I didn't particularly like 12-inch vinyls because I used to put 1p and 2p weights on the needles of the vinyl. Just keep it down. And it was just like, oh god, like blue tack. Oh no, it's come off, and then the 1p flies off, and you're like trying to find your penny.
Where's my 1p? I need that 3.5. I need the 3.5 grams on top of the thing.
Yeah. But yeah, so I just brought once I got the turntable, I just brought literally. I was doing jobs around the house. Give me pocket money.
Yeah.
I need to get a Woolworths. I need to get all of this week's releases, and that's literally what I did.
That's
and
how
I
you
just
started.
grew it from there.
So, but with that old collection, do you still have any of that stuff? Do you still have a place where you've kept? What happened, Matt? Because I've got a sad story about my vinyl. But what happened to yours?
Man, I breaks my heart every day.
Go on.
So once, like, hold on a minute. There's a thing called compact disc. What's a compact disc? Oh, CD. Yeah, CD. Yeah, so literally CDs came out, and I was like, oh my words, that's the future.
Yeah.
I was like, boxed everything up, all of my kit, boxed it all up, all the records, and then took it to a record shop, and I went, I've got all this vinyl. Like, I don't really want it. Give me a price. Oh, he flicked through it. It was like, oh, it's all a bit to it, really. And I was like, I've been collecting this for years, my friend.
Yeah, for years. How dare you? But anyway,
who do you think you are? You're the owner of this place, and you're dissing me, and I'm bringing all this vinyl into you.
All this vinyl? How dare you?
And he like gave me like 80 quid or something. I can't even remember what the price was. But I tell you now, I had some absolute stonking tunes from the early 90s in there, like some XL recordings, real early Prodigy stuff, like, honestly, all in 7-inch, everything, loads of white label stuff, because like the rave scene was like huge in the early 90s and that point of view.
100%.
And I had so much stuff, so he was like probably going rubbing his head. 80 quid's all right for you, son? Is that how you...
Is that what you want?
Yeah, all right, I'll do that. And I just offloaded it and then started hoarding CDs. And it just breaks my heart every day.
I know, Matt. Because at the time, for the first couple of years, it wasn't a problem. It was fine. No. You got rid of the vinyl, it was fine. But I think the older and older we get, like certain vinyl tunes that you had, like I've had this.
I knew where it was in the box. Like, literally, you know where you put it in the box.
Literally,
like, I know
6 vinyls down. It's 6 vinyls down. I know exactly where it is.
Bang.
There it is, yeah. Whack.
and away you went. And that's what it was.
He was off.
Man, yeah, so that was my starting in it, really.
Okay.
That's what really got me going.
Okay, that's interesting. I never
Early
knew that.
Early days.
So that's when we say OG, I always say, like, anyone who comes from the original vinyl days as a DJ, that's OG status, because that was a time. Tape. I think that makes you a triple OG.
An old fart. An old fart.
I didn't do tape. You know one thing I did do though? I used to have the little Walkmans. Remember the little Walkmans?
Yeah.
And they had there was a Bush one that come out from Argos, and it had a little button called auto reverse, where you could flip it and it would change the side of the tape inside the tape. So one side is side A, one side B. I remember I used to get the volume. I'll be holding the volume on it, and I'll be going zoot, zoot, I'm thinking to the other side, like literally looping. Volume up and down. This little Walkman player, but it shows that those little things that we're talking about, those early days, early stuff of getting into the DJing thing, man.
It's all good.
So let's go. So, Matt, another thing I wanted to bring to light, obviously, there's some people that I speak to that I've met recently, some people that I've met through TikTok, social, but me and you go way back, Matt. We go way back into time.
Listen, when you asked me to do this, I knew this sort of question was going to come up, and it was like, how do we brace this subject? But It's more about the time it was. Like,
Yes.
So I was trying to think, I was thinking about it again, and I keep like trying to drill down when it actually was. But I think it was roughly around late 2010, possibly early 2011.
Yes. 2011.
Can't remember what. So for people listening and watching, so we met due to our work that we were doing within the youth sector within North London.
Yes.
I used to go around within a particular area of Islington in North London, and it was all around engagement with young people. And you were working in a youth club at the time.
Yeah.
And that's how we met. And we didn't know that we did this.
No, not even.
It would never even came up in conversation because we were so focused on
what we was doing,
sorting
on
the
the work
kids
that we
out.
were delivering. Yeah, trying to help the youth, like trying to get them to like make better choices.
Better choices in life. Yeah.
And when I think back then and then afterwards to when I met you and you're DJ, and like what you're telling me now, like even then, back then, you was a DJ from a long time ago. Like,
Well,
this
we
is
didn't
like,
have social media then.
No, we didn't. We
had MySpace.
Did we?
That's
No,
MySpace
wait, hold
started
on.
kicking in.
Did we even have MySpace back then? I'm not sure. I think
Somebody comment like on it when
When did MySpace come
this
out?
gets uploaded wherever it goes. Let us know when MySpace came out but I don't think there was social media at all at that point. So no one knew what we were doing. It was all through word of mouth, in the sense of if you got bookings through friends and other bits and pieces from the DJing world. So when we met, if we'd have mentioned it in passing, we would have gone, "Oh yeah, I do that. You should." And that would have been it. But because it never came up in conversation because we were working, like, why would it? From that point of view.
Matt, didn't you ever come into the back room? So we had, like, obviously inside Cornwallis where we used to work.
Whoa. Say that again. Okay, within
the
this
room
youth
in the
centre.
back of the youth centre.
Yeah, okay, thank you.
We had the Matt's coming through back doors.
I'm just saying.
Pause,
Hold on a minute,
pause,
right? Just
pause.
for the sake of the podcast, anyone could have clipped that, and we would have been in a whole lot of crap.
Yeah, for real. That would have been a viral moment. They're like, oh, okay, this guy's a bit... Okay, I never knew he was... Okay, cool.
Okay, move on. Okay, so in the back of the youth club, there was a room.
Yes, there was the 2 rooms. Didn't you ever come to the other back rooms?
Yeah.
Didn't you see the DJ equipment we used to have there?
Yeah, but I didn't really... It wasn't my space.
Yeah, I get what you mean.
I was doing all of that outreach stuff.
Yeah.
You were actually in the youth club. I was trying to deter people from getting off the street.
Yeah.
So you were doing so it wasn't my space to come in and go, oh, hold on a minute, you got some decks here. Hey.
Okay.
I'll show you some stuff.
Yeah, because like when I think back, I'm like, I remember we used to be in the back room, we'd be kicking it with the kids, and we'd be at the front space and whatnot. But now I think of it, I'm like, you never not one time made a beeline for the equipment, because we would have been like, yeah, like, we're teaching these kids how to DJ, we're trying to show them stuff, but you must have saw it and be like, oh, okay, cool. Oh, all right, it's gonna have a little. Okay, is that what you got? What's that Newmark, yeah? Okay, what's that Access 9? What's that DM4? 45. All right, okay. It's not the best, but you got a little something there.
Yeah, right. You got a bit of funding for that.
You got a little something. You know what's there? You got a little bit of funding.
You got a little bit of funding from the local authority for that one.
Sorted out a couple Macs and some DJ. Okay, I see you.
So that's how we met, but we didn't know, and it was
we didn't know.
Like from a DJing perspective, I've been very on and off with DJing over my life. I've had different priorities in life, I've come across certain things in life, and I've always fell back to DJing, but I've never really taken it fully seriously the way I have in potentially the last 3 years.
Yeah, okay.
So even when I was in the army, I was abroad a lot, and I worked for a really nice guy who did entertainments. He used to do entertainments for service people in Germany, so for the army and other bits and pieces. So when I was in the army and I was based out in Germany, I came across this guy, and he was doing all this entertainment stuff, and he was doing DJing, and I was like, hey, yeah, how you doing? I I've DJ'd. And he was like, do you want to work for me? So when I was based out in Germany, every weekend I was either running a karaoke on a Thursday night, DJing Friday and Saturday, and that was it. So in a sense of the culture, from an army perspective, come the weekend, when you finish work, you get absolutely trolleyed and you try and get rid of your hangover until Monday morning when you're standing back on parade.
Yeah.
Like, for me, I did extra work. Like, I worked and did karaoke's on the Thursday, and then I worked in clubs on the Friday and Saturday for him, and it was great. And I worked for him for the 3 and a bit years I was based out in Germany. So I didn't need anything. I didn't need my own equipment. I used all of his stuff. And then I came back. And then I joined a band. I played drums, so I joined a band. So I did that for a little bit.
You played drums as well, man?
Yeah.
Flipping heck, I'm finding out all this just now.
Oh, I know. So I played in a couple bands, and so I did all that for a little while, and then I went back into DJing. And my cousin, strangely enough, owns a wedding venue, and he was like, "Do you wanna do like?" So I worked in his wedding venue. Once again, didn't need anything. It was like plug and play element to it. I just turned up, plugged in, and all the stuff was there.
Yeah.
And it was just a point of like, we're going to talk about this no doubt in a minute, but it was like, I can't keep travelling backwards and forwards to Essex. And I was living in Hertfordshire at the time. I can't keep travelling backwards and forwards. This is driving around the bend.
But that's not too far, though.
No, it's not. And considering the mileage I'm doing right now with the other stuff, which we'll talk about, but so I was like, I can't even commit to this. And literally, my wife said, I've just seen an advert in the paper, on the internet. On the internet, we need a DJ for New Year's Eve. Does anyone know anyone? And this is like 4 or 5 days before New Year's Eve.
Oh, okay. Last minute bookings.
And my wife's like, yeah, my husband. I haven't got any equipment.
The stuff, I haven't got all that.
I haven't got anything. And she's all right, you're all right, you'll be fine. You'll find some.
What?
Like, in 4 days. So I'm like, literally, so I contacted this woman at the pub thinking, it could be a little plug and play thing. Like, and she's like, no, I need full setup, blah, blah, blah.
Lights,
and I'm like,
speakers, all of that,
and she just said a pound sign to me, and I was like, okay, that's doable. I can
sort that. I'll source it.
Get off the phone, boom, phone goes down. I'm like, I've got to find some equipment, like, now. Like, literally. And I'm like, Facebook, eBay, I'm going through everything. And literally, I found somebody who was selling their complete setup. And I look back at it now, and I wish I never bought it, right? Because it was a load of crap. But I was up against it. There was, like, a gun to my head. I had to get some stuff. So I found this stuff. And the guy lived in, way up north, right? I want to say Burnley. Right, Burnley up in the northwest.
That's how far it is. I don't even know.
It's north of Manchester beyond. Right, for our northwest people, I do apologise for my geography right now who are listening. However, it's very much in the northwest compared to where I am in North London. Right.
Okay. Yeah.
So he said, yeah, you can come up and get it, and I was like, okay. When are you free? New Year's Eve? And I'm like, okay, I'll come and get it from you New Year's Eve. And like, my gig's New Year's Eve. So I get up 6 o'clock in the morning.
Wait, Matt, hold on.
Let's recap.
Hold on. So you've got this New Year's Eve gig.
Yeah.
You've got a guy you found, you got a guy.
I got a guy.
Yeah. I got a guy.
I got some bloke.
Way up with the sheeps and cows.
3 hours, 45 minutes.
You're going to pick up the equipment on the day you're going to use it.
Yep.
You're on ice. Anyway, continue the story because I feel like it's going to get interesting. Jesus, carry on.
So I say, right, I'm going to buy it from you. I'm coming up. And he's like, brilliant, thanks. This is a great New Year's Eve gift for me. So I'm like, brilliant. Okay, great. So, wife, thanks for getting me the gig. I'm leaving 6 o'clock in the morning to drive all the way up the northwest, 3 hours, 3.25 hours, almost 4 hours to get there. Shoot up the M1, get up there around about, I think it was around about 10:30. He said, I'll meet you at 11. So I'm like kicking around McDonald's, as you do. And then I go to him, get the stuff, transfer cash, bank, boom, over to him. load my car, down south, get home. I have 2.5 hours sleep, straight to the pub, set up, do the gig, out of there 3 o'clock in the morning. I was absolutely done in. I was like, that was worth it.
No, but you know what, Matt? Those stories.
But that was the start. That was the start again
those
of
are the
me,
best.
of where I am now.
Gotcha. And I think like that stuff, that like calling all DJs listening to this, if you don't have a story of that nature where you've gone above and beyond and done a madness to get a gig done, whether that's travel miles, random setup, don't know if I've got the cables, I don't know, just gonna
go with it.
Winging it, you gotta do those in the early stage. I think, and I'm guessing when you did the gig, anyone at the party didn't none the wiser. They're like, yeah, this guy knows what he's doing, he's rocking it. Yeah. Little did they know, I've been up since 6 o'clock in the morning. I've drove all the way to the Sheeps and Cows. I've got my DJ set up. How did you know how to set it up? That's another thing. Like, was you already educated in like the whole wiring and stuff?
I've been fairly clued up in relation to over the years of doing it.
Okay, good.
Cables, where it goes. Oh, great! I got a kettle lead. I know where that goes. Like,
yeah.
I was cool with all of that.
Okay.
There wasn't an issue for that. The only thing that I didn't have is that when I got down south, I was like, he's not giving me any XLR cables for the speakers.
Mm-hmm.
Like shit. So I'm using like some bodge job XLR cables, and the speakers are like literally like next as far as I could get them away from the mixing desk, like literally like the furthest point, which was about here. But it worked. It was fine. But I would say, yes, that was the start of it, and I do not own any of that equipment that I got from him.
Can I ask
anymore?
What was so bad about that? What was so bad about the equipment, Matt? That's your first gig.
Absolutely crap.
Was it that bad,
mate? Honestly, I mean, the only good thing about it was probably. I'm trying to think what the good thing about it. So one of the big selling points for me when I got it, he threw in all of his karaoke stuff as well. Okay. So I was like, in my head, look, the wife's given me the green light to like do this. Like, stop going travelling to your cousin's place in deepest, darkest Essex to do these gigs. Do it yourself.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking, I'll do it myself. Oh. And this guy's selling all of his karaoke stuff as well. I'm like, double hatter. Like, I'm thinking, double revenue. I can go out and do karaoke and everything else as well as think. So I'm like, it's a win-win. Win-win. I've not done one karaoke since getting it, and I don't even advertise anymore that I've got the stuff because it's just... like, all of the stuff I got from him was just...
Yeah, it wasn't great, I can imagine. It
was tough. But I do not own... I'm sure I've got rid of everything. I think I have. There's nothing. There's nothing left. But it gave me the springboard to get me to where I am now because the wife went, you need to do that gig. And then you can do things on your own. And to be fair, she's been really supportive about it.
I think that's a real major key with partners.
100%.
I think it's really hard. And I know some DJs would understand this because I hope we are all speaking from the place where we've got partners like yourself, Matt. But if you've got a partner who's not supportive of what you're trying to do, especially if you really want to try and do something like chase your dream in the DJing career, it is hard. And not having, because there's going to be low times in the DJ world, right? And having your partner there to give you that little boost that you need, no, babe, it's going to be all right, you're going to keep rocking on, that wasn't as bad as you're like, I really messed up a mix and I'm not getting the bookings in, and she's there just to give you that support. Because you're going to have some partners that are going to be like, you can't be coming home at 1 o'clock in the morning, you're gone on Saturdays, you need to kick that DJing in, and you're like, but it's what I want to do. So it's I feel sorry for people that are in a situation where their partner's not plus she wants
3 holidays a year as well, and that's the only way I'm going to be able to do it. You know what I mean? Yeah, there's swings and roundabouts to it.
100%. And don't get me wrong, I feel like, when you're like you're saying in those early stages, definitely for myself, for the first little while, let me take that back. I was making money because I had a job. I had like a full-time job, and this was like bonus money. Do you know what I mean? So when you was doing the DJ gigs, I could come home, and the next day I'm like, yep, let's go Mayfair, or let's go. Do you know what I mean? So the missus was like, oh, this is
Yeah. Oh,
He wasn't here yesterday, but
he's doing all right.
He's doing all right. This is all right. Yeah, no, you might want to get a couple of more of those because that's actually this is top up money. I'm like, we can not burn, but you know what I mean. We can spend all this money now, and the wages is covering everything else. So yeah, man, early days. I
think where I am now with it, now that I've sort of gone solo in that sense of trying to, and I'm still building. Like, don't get me wrong, I am not saying 100%. Like, I am that. I am that. I'm breaking away from my job to do this full time because I'm not going to do that. But what I'm saying is that I'm still building myself.
Yeah, still growing,
in this space. Forget the silent disco stuff, which we're going to probably come on to. Next. But in the sense of building me, DJ Matty F, Monkey Music, Entertainments, like I'm still building that. And as much as everybody does the social media stuff and keeps pushing themselves out there, the biggest thing for me, and it has always been the way since I was 13 years of age, word of mouth. Word of mouth. Word of mouth means more to me than me constantly thinking about, God, I've got to get some more stuff on Instagram or got to get stuff on TikTok. I always say the word of mouth will bring in what I need it to bring in. And it does. It does. It genuinely does. Like, I'm not, like, you guys, there's some of you guys that really push your social medias and stuff and really... that's a real driving force for you. For me, I'm still building. I'm not even at that level. I don't even class myself as being at that level. For me, it's more about that word of the mouth that somebody's booked me because they went to a wedding, or their brother got married and they want to use me, or I've done a kid's birthday party and they've gone, oh, who was that DJ? Because we want to book him. And then next thing, the whole class want me. And that, for me, that is where it is for me. Like, I'm not, does that make sense?
No, that makes a lot of sense. Because I think, like, even in one of my, the 247 download shows that we do, I was talking about the mecca of bookings. And we was talking about Instagram and SEO and Google and all that kind of stuff. I was doing the thing about, because obviously one of the questions I get a lot is, how are you booked out all the time? Like, how are you? How? And I say to them, like, first of all, it will be the social media to get the eyes on you. But like you said, that's not the mecca. And then we talk about SEO. That's fantastic. That's not the mecca. Then we talk about having a website. That's great. That's not the mecca. Then I think the mecca is recommendations and word of mouth.
100%.
These are free. And usually the person who is telling the other person about you, if you could sit and listen to that person talk about you, sometimes it will probably bring a tear to your eye. What that person is saying about you, how you made them feel, and you're like, oh, wow, they're bigging me up. Now when that person comes, they only want you. Are you available? Yes. Oh, great, he's available. Fantastic. I'm having him. Do you know what I mean? Because you don't know that Sandy, at lunch break 2 days ago, half an hour she spoke about you. She showed me pictures. She went through her phone. She was going through the clips. She's like, this guy was doing this. He was doing that. I'm following him now. Look at this. Look at that. He's amazing. He's the best.
I love Sandy. She's amazing.
Sandy is the best. And Sandy tells Erica everything she needs to know. Erica calls you, and then Erica's like, yep, are you available? And in her mind, she's like, are you free? And I really want you to be free because I can't anyone else. And then you're like, yep, you're available. She's like, yes. Sandy, I'm getting the DJ. So to be fair, I always say the other stuff are the meccas and they're important, and I say people should constantly do them. But the recommendations and the word of mouth shows that you're offering a good service, you're doing a good job at what you do, and people talking about you is the best thing. So you're on a winner there.
2 days ago, right? And I don't want to talk about timing because timing's bad when it comes to this sort of thing. But in a sense of a New Year's Eve gig, I was not interested about doing New Year's Eve this year at all.
Okay.
It's only because through all the recommended 13-year-old, 14-year-old birthday parties that I've been doing for this girls' school, through one mum who's then recommended me on to everyone else.
It goes, yeah.
They were utilising a service from somebody who was doing the old shimmer walls. and balloons. And we've been talking, and because I've been turning up and doing the gigs, they've been turning up and setting up shimmer walls and balloons and other bits and pieces. And she direct messaged me 2 days ago saying, "Are you free New Year's Eve?" And I was like, I wasn't really interested in doing it. And she said,
Why, Matt? Why?
I don't know. It's just one of those, like, sometimes I just think they can be a bit of a pain in the bum.
Go on, be honest, Matt. Be raw and honest. Is it the drive? Is it the people?
No, it's the people, and I find New Year's Eve really hard work.
Yeah,
I'm not shirking hard work because that's not me. But it's like one of those nights that you just go, this is the only night I don't like the public.
Yeah,
like, it's the only night that I don't like the public. Honestly,
I agree with you because I'm thinking this year to not do any Christmas parties. Because of exactly what you just said. Exactly what you... Matt, yeah, and everyone listening, my worst experiences in DJing have always been at Christmas parties. I learnt this last year, where I'm like, oh, wait, hold on. There's a theme here. There's a theme. December...
Alcohol.
Well, there you go. But I find it like some of the corporates, and it doesn't matter. I've done low-end corporate and I've done high-end corporate. When the drinks are flowing... people feel entitled. Personally, the higher corporate is worse because they really feel entitled. They're like, you've been paid, you work for us. I'm like, no, that's not the... But that's their mentality. And especially once the drinks come in, it's even stronger. When drinks wasn't there, they were like, not really. But now the drinks there, this character's come to play.
Yeah. And
my worst experiences in the mobile DJing scene has been through Christmas events, and I'm this year I'm literally contemplating of not doing any and just saying just no, exactly from what you just said, exactly about what you just said. And it's the people, it's a different type of thing.
I'm gonna agree with you, and I have not taken any Christmas bookings either.
I don't know.
I haven't taken any yet. I haven't taken any. And I was really umming and ahhing about the New Year's Eve gig, but it's because of another worker within our industry reached out to me and said, our local pub are looking for somebody, what can you offer? And I've gone, and I gave him a figure, and I didn't want to work it, so read between the lines how big that was.
Yep.
And she texted me and said that she passed my number on to the owner, and then they contacted me via text, and I then said, this is what my price would be. And she said, we'll book you.
And you gave them the FU price?
Yeah.
And they took it?
Yeah.
Say no more. Because
so literally I said, what I need you to do is go to my website, go onto my contact page, and then fill out my contact sheet. Cha-cha-ching, Studio Ninja! And literally it was done. And I tell you another thing, I've been really busy work-wise, but I sent it to her within 24 hours because I'm really hot like that. So I sent her everything. She had paid it before I could actually send her the actual request for payment.
How did she do that? What, she already got your bank details? How did she do that?
No, it automatically sent on to her, but then it sent it for some reason. Mine set up as a reminder as well, so it sort of double hit her a little bit. And then she emailed me back going, "Oh, I've already paid it," and I was like, "It was that quick." The payment plan that I've set up didn't even notify me that it had even been paid.
Yeah,
she'd done it that quick.
Wow, eager.
So I'm thinking, okay, strike a little bit whilst the iron's hot. I then sort of recommended to her, this would be a nice little touch for all of your guests within your pub, for all your locals. I've also got a selfie pod.
Nice.
I haven't got a selfie pod. My plan is to buy a selfie pod at the expo.
Matt, thank you, bro. You see, yes, that's what we do. We sell it, and then we get it.
And she said, how much
she
is
said
it?
Yes. Of course she said yes.
I've given her another price. Pushing the FU price. And she's gone, yeah, no problem. Add it to the... And I was like, you've just pretty much paid for it in one night.
Yeah.
So So, yeah, sod it. I ain't working Christmas. I'm just doing that one.
Just gonna take. Well, to be fair, yeah, I'm so glad you said that because I was talking to a band owner the other day, and I was telling him about. He was telling me about this FU price. He's like, just do the FU prices with like, don't turn away gigs because I'm telling him about the Christmas, and I'm like, I think I'm done with Christmas. He goes, I understand because it's a slog. There's a lot of gigs. Like, obviously, we can be picky, choosy, but he's like, just do FU prices. Do FU prices across the board. So instead of you doing 10, so normally I'll do around 10. Instead of you doing 10, why not just do 2 or 3 at FU price? And that way, you can be like, you know what? I'm only doing 2. I'm not doing 10.
Yeah.
If I get the people that I'm trying to avoid, if I get those people, then at least someone's paid for you. Someone's paid for you to be an idiot. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, this year it's
thanks for your input.
Prices.
All the best.
All the best, mate. Nice one. Thanks
Have
for
a
that.
great Christmas. All the best for 2025. Or 2026, whenever you're listening to this. Or 27.
27. Who knows?
Who knows?
So, yeah, man. I think that's good. So, that's what I think we now should share it to everyone. If there's things you don't want to do, guys, give them the FU price.
100%.
If they pay it, you're happy. You're getting paid way more than you should. Now, the FU price can be whatever it is you think's good. You can do time and a half. You can do double time, triple time. You can do whatever you want because when you set your price, it's up to the other person whether they want to pay it. So, FU price is all round.
But this comes back to my point around recommendations.
Yes.
Because I was recommended, they have gone, actually, I trust that person to be giving me that recommendation.
Yes.
So I think personally, I'm already way above them going, actually, I don't need to double think it because my friend has referred me. I'm paying that price.
Yes. And that's another thing I think about recommendations and word of mouth. Your price can go up, most probably, because like exactly what you just said, it's like basically test driving. It's like a test drive. Do you know what I mean? You test drive the car. This car's fast. This is great. This is fantastic. And you're not going to buy the car, but if someone else is going to buy the car, you tell them, look, I drove that car up. Listen, like, and then like, you know what? Should I buy that one or buy the one that someone who I know and I love and I respect is telling me? And they wouldn't steer me wrong. They wouldn't tell me this if it was so. So then, recommendations and word of mouth are the mecca.
That's why I bought the LD speakers, because you went, LD, they're amazing. You got to get the LD speakers. I'm like, LD speakers. Oof, okay.
Go on, I'll get 2 of those. Jeez.
Yeah. Oh, white. Okay, yeah, go on then.
And are you happy, man?
100%. 100%.
Good recommendations work, man. Good recommendations work. Oh my days, hey Matt, we've got so much to get through. I'm looking at time. Man. I'm like, oh my days, we're just chatting. Anyway, not only are you an amazing wedding and party DJ, as we've been speaking about, let's talk about which I would say you are. I know you might not like this thing because you're going to be all humble and be like,
don't no, I'm tag humble. Me that.
I'm humble. Oh, but I think you are the king of silent discos at the moment. You're the king of silent discos. But we want to talk about how did you go from record shop, selling all your tunes, CD, going up to Cows and Sheep to get your stuff, doing the New Year's party that your missus told you to do, to then get into the silent disco and obviously mention the company because I want the company to get a shout out as well. And you've excelled in that company. So let's talk about that quickly, man. Let's talk about the silent disco stuff, Matt.
So bizarrely enough, I saw the company Silent Discos in Incredible Places on social media and was like, oh, what's all that about? And didn't really, and like this is not long after realistically that I've got all this stuff and I'm now trying to build myself. So I'm thinking I just got to do a bit of me to get me back to where I want to be. And so I reached out to them. They reached out to me. We had a conversation and they were looking for a small amount of DJs to go around the country and do these silent discos in some incredible places, hence the name of the venue.
Ever.
And we'll touch on the venues in a minute. But I was like, yeah. In fact, from the email, in the email title, I went, pick me, pick me, pick me. like so in
capitals.
capital, so it stood out, right? So the guy contacted me and was like, "Yeah, this is what we do. This is how we do it. But I need some regular DJs to go around the country and do it." And I was like, "Look, man, I don't think I'm going to be in a position to go around the country. But like, give me where you're going to be, and let me see if I'm available to do them." And the first one, he said, "Look, in 3 weeks' time, we've got one at Ely Cathedral, we've got one at Colchester Castle, and we've got one at Coventry Cathedral." And I was like, "Okay, all right." Look, he said, "Look, just come to Ely and see what you think. Come to the Ely gig. It's a 90s night. Come to the Ely's gig and see what you think." So I was like, okay. And so I went and I did the gig in front of 1,500 people. And I was just like, it didn't really dawn on me ultimately what had happened.
Yeah.
Because firstly, it was the first time I'd ever got onto a big stage in a venue that is absolutely, it's one of the biggest ones we do. It's absolutely huge. Like, you stand on the back of the stage and you look down
and
the
it's just
length
like,
and it's just like, it just goes on and on and on and on. And I left there and I was just like, that was incredible. That was amazing. I was just like, so I get home, the wife goes, "Oh, was it good?" Yeah, it was.
It's those ones where you're buzzing. Yeah, you're like,
look at these pictures. I'm now. I was then where John Colley is now.
Yeah.
In the sense that John is like, I look across when I DJ next to John on stage, and I look across to John DJ, and I grin with like a little bit of pride, to be honest, because I'm seeing what I didn't see when I did it, but I see in him.
Yeah.
In the way he's performing on the stage and really getting into it. It was exactly the same for me. So I'm sort of seeing a reflection of me and him, because I've been doing it over a year, whereas he's now recently been doing it. So it's sort of, so I look across the stage and I just go, oh, isn't that nice? But it's great. It's great because, you know, John's now doing it and he's like, loves it. Like, he proper loves it. And I love it to the point of going, I didn't really want to commit to going around the country. Whereas this weekend, for instance, I am in Chelmsford Cathedral on Friday, and then I've got a 4-hour drive to York, and we're doing one outside a stately home at Castle Howard, just outside York, which is 4 hours away.
Jeez, that's right.
But I'm been doing them because I absolutely love them.
Enjoy it,
the company's great.
Yep.
The people that run them, the event managers, the event crew, the company itself, and you know, they've now asked me to start sourcing the DJs. So I'm now booking the DJs for the shows, which is great. That's
fantastic. 100%.
Which is brilliant. Yeah, it's all good. It's great.
I think what's good about that, exactly like what you just said about with what you've done with John, you get to do that with other DJs as well. Do you know what I mean? You get to bring them in, they get to start, and then, you know, their first one might be like, okay, but when they start to find their feet, then they really start to enjoy it. You're looking over, you're seeing them buzzing from it. Like, they're doing the same thing, going home like, oh, babe, it was the best ever. I'm just eating McDonald's, but I want to talk to you. I want to eat. It's just, it was sick.
You know, John. I mean, no, I mean, it's working with 3 DJs on stage at the same time. Like, some people think that's really weird, and we've had DJs turn up and go, who's on first? No, you're all on at the same time.
We're all at the same time, yeah.
And like, are we? And I just thought it was just one at a time. No, you're all of you. They choose that the customer chooses what they want to listen to, and there's 3 of you doing it. So there's people that still there's people that have been on our shows that are like, oh my god, didn't really know the full extent of it, and you know, we really have to explain the whole concept behind it, and the business model behind it that the company have. We at the beginning it was fairly loose in the sense of, yes, it's a 90s night, but we can move a little bit into early 2000s, but we've got to bring it back to the 90s. And now, the brand has grown that much. I believe, and they believe, we've got to be really on point with what we deliver, in the sense of, if we're advertising it as an 80s night, it needs to be an 80s night. If it's a 90s night, it needs to be a 90s night. You can't go either side of that decade. And even to the point of us doing an 80s, 90s and noughties night, a combined one. Yeah. I mean, you've got a lot of music to choose from.
That's a lot, yeah, massive.
And you do a 2.5 hour set, and then you turn around, 1,000 people walk out the door, and then another 1,000 people walk in, and then you ultimately do 80% of the same set you've done again, and then you just add a few extra that you thought, oh God, I didn't play that in the last.
Yeah, I missed that one. Let me add this. Yeah, see if that works better than the last.
But 80s, 90s and noughties nights that we've not done a huge amount, but there's a lot of music to cram in that style, and you've got to find the right music. So it's finding a balance from the 80s, 90s and the triple decade shows that we do. But it's it's a bit weird getting your head around that there's other DJs on stage with you. Yeah. But you sort of get into your own zone. It's all about, look, if they want to listen to me playing R&B from the 90s, crack on. I'm playing it for 2.5 hours. I'm playing that, and I'm playing that in hip hop for the next 2.5 hours. Like, you want to join me? Join me. That's what I'm doing.
I'm here.
That's what I'm doing. If you want to go cheese and chart, go down the end to the other channel, flick it on your headphones. He or she is playing it down there. So look, but some DJs think it's a competition.
Yeah. But that will be DJs that don't know about how the company runs, how you run it, and what Silent Disco is all about, because it's not about competition, it's about choice. Because some of them will be like, I need to win these headphones back, let me change my genre. And it's like, no, if you start playing what I'm playing, it defeats the object of what we're doing here. You need to be doing something different to give the opportunity for the clients.
You've got to be very prescriptive around your lane. And if your lane is rock and indie from the 90s, that's where you stay. If it's chart music and dance music, that's where you stay. If it's hip hop and R&B, that's where you stay. And as long as you potentially communicate among yourself, going, are you playing that track, or can I put it in mine? Oh no, you have it. Okay, I'll play it. One of those ones that are really quite tight. So you think, is it R&B?
Where
is it
am
that
I?
chart stuff? So as long as you're communicating with the team, because there's nothing worse than I play a track and then someone else plays the same track 3 songs later on a different channel. Because that's happened, and people go, hold on a minute, I heard this on a different channel. Why am I listening to this again? It's different, but I love them. Like, I love them. I didn't know what I was going to get out of it. I didn't know, for me, it was just about getting a bit more experience and being able to do it. And another, oh God, I've DJ'd in Ely Cathedral. Oh, unbelievable, brilliant. Sick. But now I've been everywhere.
I think one thing I think is, one, you can see you love it, and that's why I think your content's engaging. And
cheers,
2,
man.
like, what the venue I'm about to talk about, Matt.
Yeah.
Bro, guys, the best place I've seen anyone DJ is this guy here, Matty F. He DJ'd in an abandoned prison. I think that is epic. There were real cell doors around you. You was in the main wing.
Yeah.
They had the battens. There was raving. You're in a jail. I was like, that's something to take. Like, where have you DJed? What's the crazy place? I've DJed in an abandoned prison. Anyone would think, okay, that's an illegal rave. No.
No.
Fully overboard.
Yeah.
Paid for, insurance, the whole shebang.
100%.
It wasn't some dodgy back end when we broke in. Security. First aid.
Everyone.
Legit. Proper. You're like, oh, snap. Man. That's dope.
It was a strange night. I say that in the sense of, you're DJing on a wing of a prison.
Yeah.
Of a prison that's, 1, very, very haunted. 2, has been closed down as a prison for a long time, and is now a museum during the day. And it's very weird being in there, and then you've got like 3 levels, and we had 2 levels. We didn't have the top level open, but we had 2 levels. So I we had quite a few DJs on that because we did 3 sessions that night. So we had a few extra DJs that night, and I did session 2 and 3. So when I turned up, session 1 was on. So I went all the way to the top of the prison and started taking photographs from the top landing of the prison.
Yeah.
All down, and you see all the lights.
All
and
the lights.
thing.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
I have never. I got to the top, and there was no one up there, and I was like, I don't like this.
Yeah, was it all airy? It must have felt a bit like,
mate.
you know, when you're like, I can feel eyes on me, but there's no one here.
This is not great. This is not great.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, oh, this is freaking me out a little bit. And then at the end of the night, when we packed up around about 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning, we finished, cleared it out. But as soon as everyone left, the prison was like freezing. It was like the temperature dropped. It was just really eerie. And then you're walking to your car on your own, carrying in your kit, pitch black. And it's like, I don't like it. I don't like it. I need to get the hell out of here. But yeah, it was one of those. It was a memorable gig. Like it truly was.
In both ways, in the fact that it was
100%.
epic and it was, you know, memorable and it would never leave your mind, but at the same time it was scary and you could have shit your pants. Do you know what I mean? So it's like.
Oh, we're swearing, are we? Oh, we're swearing.
Oh yeah, we're swearing.
Right.
This is a dirty podcast, so we can.
Hey!
If you feel you need to, you know, drop a little bomb, then you drop a little bomb because it's all about emotion and how you feel. Do you know what I mean?
But yeah, it was a very strange night. But we've been in some incredible places, like, and the name speaks to it. And I say that, and that's very cliche. But when you stand in some of these venues and you look in it and you just go, "This is amazing," and the production team that do all the lighting for it. They bring the venues to life. They really, with the light shows that they put on, like some of the venues, some of the cathedrals in particular, like us to use Haze.
Yeah.
Some don't and won't, but some allow it, and it just looks.
Haze is
unbelievable.
Haze is a game changer. Like, I want to introduce Haze into all my sets. Luckily, I'm starting to get into a couple of venues that I'm playing at now, where I always talk to them, and I'm starting to see some of them are like, yeah, Haze machine, we don't like, there's no Haze, Cold Sparks, like, you know, good. Special effects, no problem. So I'm like, okay, this is good. I'm starting to get a couple more gone.
The reason for that is because there's so much on social media around Haze, Sparks, Dry Ice, and venues are going, okay, well, the bride and groom, you know, are asking for it and want it. We've got to go with it.
We've got to go with it. Otherwise, you're going to lose clientele. If you have a, you know, if you have a venue, your venue's lovely, and people want, I'm thinking about special effects. What ones? Haze? No, we don't do that. Okay. What about Cold Sparks? No, can't have that. Yeah. Okay. What about fog? No, low fog. No, can't. Okay. Do you have a limiter? Yes, we've got a limiter. What is it? 85 decibels. You're like, do you know what? Yeah.
Come on, man.
I don't want to be here. This place looks lovely, but we can't have fun. It's a place where you can't have fun. So we're not going to be doing that.
When you're talking like this,
yeah,
and the DJ's like doing it, and it's like, yeah, you good? Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
How's work? All right. Yeah,
it's good. Yeah, it's good. It's good.
Yeah, it's like you have an easy conversation.
It's too low in it.
Kill the sound limiter. That is like where we need to go in life.
100%. Don't get me wrong. I get why it exists. I understand residentials, blah, blah, blah. The one thing I don't understand is when we're in a venue in the middle of nowhere and they've still got a limiter. I'm like, I get it when we're in central London, you know, when we're around where you can see people's houses. But when we're in Muku Muku land and there's no one around, there's nobody about. And
I love that town.
We've got what Muku Muku land?
Yeah, I love it.
That's the best.
Great
place.
town.
It's the place. It's so far away.
Oh yeah. I mean?
But there's no one. And that's when I'm like, come on, guys, just like this is ridiculous. So let's talk about what brought this show up. What's brought this show to light? Because I love the fact that people are investing more into our industry. Our industry here needs food. It needs stuff. So what is it that you guys are bringing to the table?
I'd like to say comedy, but no, it's not even close to that. I think, and we discussed it this week a little bit around, you know, welfare of us DJs and, you know, having podcasts where you can turn it on after your gig and drive home and listen to, you know, us talking a bit of rubbish. Then why not for an hour? Yeah. So we've started. Our podcast is called the Groove Junction.
Okay.
And it's all about it's just DJ talk really, and it's what we do, what we look at, what we're thinking of buying, what we're not looking at, reviews, questions from people, like discussions points. Like I'm quite a big advocate around mental health at the moment. I've suffered from depression, and DJing can be a really lonely job sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes, a lot of the time it can be 100%.
So I want to be a bit of an advocate for that. About social media is great. Social media is there for certain elements, and we all click and like and share and add a few comments to our posts on Instagram, TikTok. But it's a little bit where we need to break that down a little bit and go, look, pick up the phone and have a conversation. We live in so many different parts of the country, and we've got a really good network of people that we're dialed into. Why do we have to do it via a keyboard or your phone just to go, hi, yeah, that was a really good reel that you did, or I liked that, and that and it's nice to get that. Don't get me wrong. Don't feel like I'm like putting that down in any way, shape, or form. But I'm now around depression, and you're at a gig. You go to a gig, like not all of us will have a roadie or someone to help us set up or lug gear around or video us or take photographs of us doing what we're doing. A lot of us are on our own. Yeah. And you may go to that gig and you may set up that gig on your own. You may just speak to the bar staff and get a Coke because you've got to drive back afterwards. And that's the only person you really speak of. The bride and groom, or if you're doing a wedding, may come up and say, hey, you're okay, do you want some food? And that's it. And you then don't see anybody. And you may not even get any interaction coming back from the party goers or whatever you're doing. You're standing there for 5 hours on your own. Yeah. Trying to work, and you're now getting anxious.
Trying to bring energy,
why am I, no one's doing anything. I'm playing all these great songs and no one's doing anything. Everyone's in the other room because it's a split room, or outside because it's roasting or whatever it is.
Yeah, whatever
you're on your
is,
own. Yeah. And then come the end of the night, you load all your kit up, you get back in the car and you drive an hour, 45 minutes, 2 hours to get home. And then, like, you've been in your own thoughts for potentially 7-8 hours.
Yeah.
And I think it's really hard. So and both me and John have said, like, contact us, like, reach out to us on Instagram or TikTok or wherever, and ask for our telephone numbers. Yeah, because we all finish. Yeah, we all finish at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, 100%.
We pack up. We're on the road at 1.
And then it could be an hour, could be 2, depending on where you're coming from.
And if you're going, Matty or John or whoever, I've got a gig this weekend, Saturday. I'll be done at 1. Fancy a chat on the way home? Yeah, I've got a gig this one. I'll probably be on the road around about 1:45. Yeah, let's have a chat. Yeah, and then you have a chat for half an hour, 40 minutes. How was your gig? What was happened? Yeah. How was it for you? Anything go wrong? Anything go right? Talk things through. Like, that's what I want to start really doing.
I love that.
I want to get away from just going, oh man, that TikTok was amazing, or that Instagram. That's great. We can do that. But I think we need to be a little bit more personal. Yeah. We are in different parts of the country, all over the place. So it's not like we can meet up face to face. We do when there's the Cedar event,
expos
or
DJ show that's coming up soon.
Mobile retreats, whatever it may be.
Booth, expo, which you're going to?
We're going to it.
Okay, I'll see you there as well.
Yeah, but those are the very rare occasions that our network of people around the country we come together. I'm a little bit lucky at the moment with the silent discos. I've got 3 DJs. I have 2 DJs. I've got 2 DJs and an event crew that we bounce off through the night. Yeah. But a lot of the time, you guys are out there doing it. We're doing it on our own. We're doing this. We're going solo, and we're doing solo for 6-7 hours, 8 hours. And it's like, just get my number. God, it's on my bloody website.
Yeah, use it.
Like, do you know what I mean? It's like, it's on my like, Google me, get my number, and just give me a call. And if I'm on the road, cool. Even to the point, if we're calling over WhatsApp, we'll add a few extra people into the call. It makes no difference. So I want to start really pushing that out about us. Like, we're in this industry together, work smarter together, and help each other out.
Yes.
And it's about that mental health, welfaring thing that I'm really keen on at the moment.
Love that. I love that.
Going back to the podcast, the show that we're doing, yes, the Groove Junction, me and John Colley, we're doing it every Monday, 9 till 10, and we're uploading it into YouTube. We're doing it live on TikTok. We're going to try and get it onto different podcast platforms. So, yeah, all good. Okay.
Well, there you go, guys. Make sure you look out for that, because I know definitely with what you was talking about there, even with yourself, Matt, like I done a gig a couple of weekends ago, and obviously I was saying on my story that I was going to be a long drive, and I have to say to you, I salute you, because you even messaged me and said, look, man, I know you got a long drive home. Shout me. Like, I know, because you know exactly what it's like.
I was on the road as well.
Yeah. I'm on the road. I'm driving. So if you, instead of like trying to listen to something, and you know how it goes, it's just you, maybe one other car, and you're just driving, listening to whatever, hopefully not Magic or, Heart, because that's the worst ones. They will put you to sleep. And you're like, okay, you're looking at the sat nav, it's telling you an hour, 36 minutes. You're like, Jesus.
Yeah.
So it's dangerous. It's so dangerous. It's dangerous. So dangerous. And I think like a lot of people don't understand how they think, like, this is the reason why I always say the gig is not over when the last song plays.
Yeah.
That's not when the gig's over. You still got to pack away. You've still got to get home, and you got to get home safely. There are some people, touch wood, it never happens to anyone that we know, but that's their last night, and it's because they're too tired and their drive home is too much. They've been packing up, DJing for, like you said, 8 hours, sometimes 10 hours, Matty, sometimes 10 hours, the drive up, the setting up, the everything, and then you got a 4-hour drive home. You might not make it. And that's like serious. Do you know what I mean? So
yeah, and one of our guys that we know, Spencer, from down in the southwest, he mentioned that. On our live this week, he's finishing in clubs at 3 a.m. in the morning and nearly had a really bad accident.
Yeah.
And like, what we all work in this industry. We're all up. We're still awake. Pick the phone up. Have a conversation.
Yeah. I'm with you. Get
ourselves through it and talk about how the night's gone.
How the gig was for both of them. What learning points? What can we both take from this happened today? What I can take from that? What happened to you today that I can take from that? And another thing, what I love is what we're all trying to do is to really build the DJ community, because I know what it's like. Before we started social media, I was a proper lone soldier. Do you know what I mean? Like a lot of us, there was no one to chat to. Everyone thought that, competition, I can't talk to him. It's competition, I can't talk to him. There's no competition. There doesn't need to be any competition. No. There needs to be more collaboration and more, like you're saying, working together, talking to each other, sharing gigs with each other, these kind of things, supporting, so we can keep this thing going and stay in the industries that we love so much. Do you know what I mean? So I love what you're saying, because that goes back to the whole less of this and more of this. Do you know what I mean?
100%. 100%.
Make sure you guys check that out on Matty's social media, which we're going to have all the links to Matty and the podcast and everything else that he's doing inside the show notes across all platforms. You know what I'm saying? So, Matt, we've got 2 more questions, but we're going to try and get them done in 5 minutes. How do you think?
Okay.
How do you think about that?
Quick fire.
What do you think DJs need to be doing more to level up? What do you think, Matty, DJs need to be doing more to level up their DJing business?
Whoa.
Looking at all the DJs that because we follow a lot of DJs, we don't need to mention any names, but we follow a lot of DJs. And from what you see in the industry, what do you think DJs probably, maybe not all, but some might need to do to level up?
Man, I don't know. Like I personally, I don't think it's about everybody leveling up. I think for me, it's about where your level is.
Oh, nice.
You
nice swing there.
Yeah, I think where you're, because I think if you start saying where does everyone need to level up, you could actually take that slightly wrong, in the sense of, I've seen that, I want that, I want this, I want that, and you could get yourself into some real financial difficulties with it.
100%, for sure.
So I think in a sense of, for me, leveling up means where you feel comfortable. In the sense of what you've got, what you're doing, and what you're delivering. Yeah. And then from that, you can slowly build on it. But I think it's purely a DJ choice of where you want to be in the sense of in the sense of that ride is my answer to that. I don't think there's a way of we need to get you to here.
Yeah.
If you feel comfortable there at that lower level and you've got that
and you're happy there, and that's what you want to do, and you're where you're at, where you want to be, then then you've kind of you've got success in that case in your eyes, because I feel success is different to every individual. So
100%. It's what you want. Like, if you want to go full time, then you're gonna have to make some big leaps and bounds. If you're happy and content to do it on a Friday, just do it on a Friday, and you've got this, and that's all you've got, and that's all you need. You don't need to raise your game to get to that because somebody else has got that.
Yeah, that's true.
And I think there's a little bit too much of that going on. Is that we all see thinking, oh, that's nice and shiny. I need to go and get it.
As DJs, we suffer from that.
And we do.
We do.
And we do.
We do.
And I have been. I'm terrible.
You're terrible, man. I was just gonna say, like, the guy's saying this. Do you know what? Even
But I've leveled up to where I need to be, and I'm comfortable where I am with that. You know,
even I was going to say, like, John was good the other day. I see he was out with his daughter, and he went down to the candy store. He went down to the candy store. He went down to the DJ shop. Guys, just so you know, the candy store is the DJ shop where we buy DJ kit.
Yes.
The DJs, that's the sweet shop. So he went down there with his daughter, and he was doing all these videos, and I'm watching it, because I haven't been to a DJ store for quite a while. Because I'm doing what I don't need anything. I'm trying to stay away from the whole shiny. So just what I've got is cool. Just keep running that, and let's build the company. But when I saw when he was at, and he was doing all the slow mo, look at all the stuff, all the slow mo, look at all the kit, Rev 7, FLX 10, and I'm like, oh God, I want a Rev 7, I want a FLX 10. Oh God, and I'm thinking, should I? It will be here tomorrow.
I know.
But I refrained, and he was good. He bought a bag. He bought a gravity stand bag, so he was good. He done well.
I mean, for me, I'm now going the other way. I'm selling stuff now.
Okay.
But I've got to where I want to be.
Yeah.
But that's my own personal level. Oh my God, the lights have gone out. What's gone in? Hold on a minute. It's all gone a bit dark.
I think
I need to put some money in the meter. I need to put some money in the meter. Hold on a minute.
The cancel estate living.
I need to get the 50p's out.
You get the 50p's out. Chuck it in the
minute. Hold on a minute. It's gone dark. I was like, I thought I died. It's that age thing again.
He's back.
No, I think, whatever level you're at, that's your level. And feel comfortable with that level. Don't go, oh, that person's got that. They might have that. And you may go, actually, I want to buy that because I can afford that. I want to get to that level, and that's where I want to be. But don't feel that you have to break the bank. Don't get into financial difficulties with it. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Yeah, I agree. Definitely don't. I don't believe people should do loans as well. Try and stay away from it. I know how it can feel like it makes sense, and get a $3,000 loan and get my first setup and stuff. If you can, do what Matty did. Do what a lot of us did. Get your cheap Facebook secondhand. Someone's getting rid. They're quitting. Get yourself some speakers. Get yourself a little bit of lights. Nothing major. From there's a little going on, and you can secure the gig. Do that, and then let the money from the gigs pay for the stuff. That is a much better way to go.
I had this very similar conversation with John Colley a few weeks ago, and I said, go and find a picture from a year ago in your camera roll of what your setup was. Yeah. And the picture that you've got now. Yeah. And I guarantee you've made leaps and strides with your thing.
100%.
And you've leveled up to where you need to be. But if you're comfortable there, don't leave that space.
Yeah, you're good. Or at least hang there for a while. You can hang there for a year, hang there for 2 years. If after that, then you think, I want to level up, I want to start DMXing, then maybe then you can look at it then. But, like you said, like if you're happy with where you're at, you can hang there for the foreseeable or just for a moment of time. Don't always be going for the shiny. Because I thought I would have the FLX 10 by now. I thought, they're going to get me. But they ain't got me. They haven't got me. And Yeah,
I was
I'm
close this year.
I've been close twice, especially when we was at you missed it, but when we went to the Pro Mobile last year in Birmingham in that hotel, they had it there, like it was there. You're touching it, we're playing with it, we're doing stems, we're doing all the stuff it could do, and I'm like, oh my god, this is like the tech on this is just out of this world. Like my mixing can do this and can do that, can do that. But then I left that place, and then once again I started saying, like I came on the live, I think I've done a couple lives, and I've said like, if your stuff works, you know, the shiny stuff is great, but if your stuff is working and it's doing the stuff, you don't need those things. You may want them, but you don't need them. So
the FLX10 does me in every time. I'm sorry to say this.
God.
There's a guy. There's one of the guys, Josh.
Does he bring one?
Who DJs with us on Silent Discos, and he stands next to me, and he's got the FLX10.
Oh.
And I just like, I'm like, and then I look at mine and I go, oh God's sake! It's like he's brought the candy store to me. It's not like I've gone there. He's brought it to me. It's like, have a look what I've got. Honestly, I'm like, oh God.
Oh god, yeah, don't let it happen.
But my next investment is definitely the selfie pod, purely because I've already sold it.
You've already sold it, and you got
for New Year's Eve, and but it was already on my agenda to get this year. That was one of my things that I was out there to get this year. So
yeah, I'm definitely going to be doing another one of these pods, probably with Danny, because we need to do a pod about upsells, and I feel Photo Booth is number one upsell. And he's got some others, but yeah, a photo booth in any kind, iPad one, DSLR one, whatever one you've got. If you've got one as a DJ, it's a great addition to bump up your end price, and it's great value. It's all about offering value to our clients as well. So that's very, very, very important. All right, Mr. Matty. So last but not least, I would like you to know, obviously we are doing the Mobile DJ Mastery podcast. And the whole idea of this podcast is that I want DJs to sort of have something to listen to, something to level up, something to think about where it is that they can fill gaps and just become a bit better and have like a community of where they can sort of learn and pick up stuff. So, you being on this podcast and with what you've shared today, what do you think people can gain from listening to a podcast like this? Not
just this podcast, all podcasts that you do, I do, other DJs do.
Yes.
Like, and this is I'm referring this back to candy stores, right? I'm not talking about the shops. I'm talking about pick and mix.
Yeah, okay.
Take little bits that are relevant to you as an individual. Take that and go, actually, I'm going to use that. I like that, and I'm going to use that in my show. Or I like that equipment, I'm going to use that, and I'm going to take that and show. I like that advice about upselling, I'm going to do that and take that into show. Choose what is appropriate to you, and I'm going to refer to this as pick and mixing. Pick and mix what you want.
You smashed it. You smashed it with that one. You smashed it. Yeah, you smashed it.
Pick and mix what you want, and ultimately from that, you're then happy with that.
Yeah.
And if you go, do you know what? I don't like that bit anymore. I'm going to take that out, and I'm going to replace it with something else that I've heard. And that's all you need to do. Don't overthink it. Just do what's right for you. You'll know in your gut and your heart what is right for you as an individual, for you on your journey as a DJ, mobile DJing, club DJing, whatever DJ you fall under in what category. Just pick what you want.
Yeah.
Pick and mix what you want.
Pick and mix what you want.
And you will achieve, because you are the one that have designed your own destiny from that point, because you've picked to mix what you wanted.
Great point, guys. You heard it there, man. Listen to all the pods. This pod, Matt's pod, John's pod, the guys in the US pods, the YouTube channels, the TikTok lives, and take your bits and pieces. Not everything that we say will approve to you. And this is the reason why I want to talk to a lot and bring a lot to the table, because I know that, like exactly what you just said, I don't want everyone to take every single thing that this podcast says, but I want people to take the bits just so they can become better. I remember, and probably like yourself, when we started this industry, Matt, we had nobody. There was no advice. There was no tips. There was no tricks. There was nothing. So we learned the long way. If we had things like this available to us, we probably could have got to where we wanted to be in a bit more of a faster way, maybe even a safer way, maybe even save some money and hopefully even save some time along the way as well. So that is definitely what it is all about. Matty F, man, thank you so much, bro, for coming to the pod. Before you go,
you're welcome.
Is there anything you wanna? Where do people find you? Would you like people to come and find you? Where are they gonna find the pod? Where they're gonna find you? The silent disco stuff. Where do you want people to go?
Anywhere. we're everywhere. You know, whether it's Instagram, whether it's TikTok, Facebook. You know, I'm on all of them. DJ Matty F is where I'm at. Find me, contact me. Like I said, I'm a big advocate. If you want to have a chat after a gig, any DJs, pick up the phone, call me. We can do that. You know, but listen, my door's already open, always open from that point of view. So yeah, it's all good, man. If you find me, say hello.
Say hello. There you go, man. Guys, there you have it, man. Matty F live in the house. Thank you so much for being here. All right, we are going to leave all of those notes and links inside the show notes to the show. So make sure you go in there, give Matty a follow. If there's anything that you got from this episode, let him know. A DM, you don't know how far it goes, guys. When you DM and say, oh, on that show, I really loved this point. And whatever you say, it's going to let us know that we're not wasting time here and we're doing good stuff and that some of you guys appreciate. So feel free to send us a DM. No problem. Matt, bruv, I'll catch you at another time. We're going to definitely get you on again because there's so much that we can still...
loads more to talk about.
So much to talk about. So much to talk about. So this is definitely going to be part one. We'll definitely venture for part two later on as the weeks and months come ahead. But other than that, man, thank you so much, Matty. I will catch you on the other side. All right, guys, peace, man. We'll catch you later. Peace.
Peace.